All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Zero Recommendations. I'm Zero. Thank you so much for joining me. And this episode is all about TV shows. TV shows I really enjoy, whether they're currently airing or not. So I wrote down a few here I'm going to talk about. And you guys can leave in the comments what shows you might recommend to others and even to me if I haven't seen it yet. So here we go. First one I'm going to recommend is easily my favorite show that's currently still airing episodes. And once it ends, it's going to go down as one of my top 5, maybe top 3 favorite shows of all time. And that's The 100, which airs on CW. I absolutely love this show so much. The acting, the effects are really good. The story is amazing. The characters are all really, really strong. It makes you feel like you're watching a mini sci-fi movie pretty much every episode. And I was a little skeptical about the show when it first was coming out. I remember seeing previews and I was like, this looks pretty good. I'll give it a chance. And I'm glad I did because it developed into just one of my favorite shows ever. It's so good. They really take it to areas that you don't see coming all the time. And they're not afraid to kill off characters either. There's a lot of characters that have already been killed off who I thought would be in it for a long time, maybe even all the way to the end. So it's keeps you on edge. It's got a lot of action, a lot of great effects, a lot of great stories going on with different characters. And I just can't get enough of the show. I can't wait for it to come back for its next season. So if you haven't watched the show, it's all on Netflix right now. Go binge it. It's so good. It's just so good. It's got a little something for everybody in it. That's another reason why I love it. And it stars the lovely Lindsay Morgan, who is my favorite character in the show, Raven. I actually have a pop figure of her character from the show. Raven, definitely my favorite character. She's not even really in it in the beginning, but then she kind of comes in and they develop her into a bigger character, which I'm really happy they did. But yeah, Lindsay Morgan is she's also mucho caliente, if I may say. So yeah, great show, The 100. Now, next one I'm gonna recommend is a one I just recently watched through season 1 of. It's up on Netflix right now, and I think they bought the rights to the show. It's called You. Just You. Yeah. You. And it stars Penn Badgley, who I'm a fan of. I like Penn Badgley as an actor and as a musician. And you might know him from Gossip Girl. And that's what I know him from, but I think this was the role he was born to play. It's, without giving too much away, it's kind of a mix between Dexter and Gossip Girl. It's very dark. It's like a thriller. It's kind of like you're watching a thriller movie every episode too. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to give too much away about it. You have to watch it yourself. But it's a really good show. It's very dark, but it's got heart to it too, and again, very well acted. So Penn Badgley is brilliant in this. Absolutely brilliant, and I can't wait for season 2 to come up on Netflix. I'm just waiting. Should be sometime this year. All right, next show. One of my favorite comedy shows ever, and it's called Community. A lot of you probably have heard about it. The show has ended, but it's such a good show. You know, Donald Glover's in it. You got Joel McHale and Alison Brie, Chevy Chase. So a lot of good cameos too. And this show is just so fun to watch. There's so many fun episodes, and lots of great moments throughout the show. I especially love the paintball episodes. If you watch through, you'll know what I'm talking about, or maybe you already do. But it's so funny, but there's also a seriousness to it too. So it kind of captivates you in that way. And it's just a show I had so much fun watching through, and I will gladly watch through it again, all the way through, no doubt about it. So Community, make sure you check that out. And all right, next show is one called Beauty and the Beast. Yes, kind of like the Disney movie. This is one that aired on CW years ago. It had 4 seasons, and it's an amazing show. Like, it doesn't seem like it would be like I mean, if you know the concept is basically, first of all, it stars my favorite actress, Kristen Crook, who we all know is my favorite actress and probably one of my favorite people. I'd love to meet her someday. But she stars as the Beauty, of course, and then Jay Ryan is the Beast, who's been this chemically altered soldier who, can turn into a beast, and it kind of alters what he can do, and he's trying to hide it from people. He doesn't want people to know. And then he meets Kristen Crook's character, and kind of all this stuff kicks off. There's a lot of different stories going on with other characters too. But they kind of the heart of the show kind of carries on throughout all 4 seasons till they finally solve everything at the end. And it's very good. Like, I enjoy it. There's a lot of great music in the show. Again, really good acting, and I don't know, it's just a really good show. Like, it really is. Like, maybe you don't think you'll enjoy it as much as you do, but you will. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like it this much watching through it, but it was a lot different. It's a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be. So it's a very, very good show. It's kind of like a mix of like a cop show with like an action fantasy. It's really cool. So I highly recommend that. If you're looking for something new to watch through, you might end up binging that too. All right, and next one I'm going to talk about, actually the last one I'm going to talk about here, is a show called Las Vegas. This is one that was on NBC a few years back. Stars Josh Duhamel, Vanessa Marcel, James Caan, and others. And this show is awesome. It's got everything. It's got action, it's got comedy, it's got drama, it's got, just pretty much, it's got romance, it's got everything. It's got a little bit of everything in it, which is the best part of the show. It's very fast paced too, especially like there's a lot of good finales that just are so fast paced with so many different things going on. You're like, what's gonna happen? Like I need answers to this, and this, and you don't have to wait till the next season to get them. But the show is ended since. The only problem I have with this show is that it didn't get a proper ending because NBC canceled it before it did. So it has 5 seasons, still worth watching through, even though you're left with some cliffhangers at the end of season 5 that you're probably just going to have to, interpret yourself on what happens. So that's like I said, that's the only problem I have with it, is the fact that it just doesn't get a real ending because NBC decided to cancel it for whatever reason. There's a lot of great celebrity cameos throughout the show because obviously it takes place in Vegas, so there's celebrities around. So you get that you kind of feel like you're in Vegas. The set's great, the acting is great. I think the chemistry between the cast is really, really good, and that's what kind of keeps it, keeps you watching and just makes you feel comfortable watching it because there's such a good chemistry with the cast. Josh Duhamel's a really good actor, and he's one of the mains. And I said it's just really good. Lots of action in this show. Lots of action. It's kind of a cop drama too thrown in there. As they try and solve things that are going on in the casino, and as well as in their personal lives. So it's got a lot to it. A lot of different elements. There's obviously a lot of sexiness to it, especially with Vanessa Marcel's character. It's got all the elements of Vegas. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's just a great show, just a really good show. I enjoy it. I have all 5 seasons on DVD, and like I said, even though there's not a real ending, it's still worth watching. It really is. So there you have it, guys. There's a couple shows that I highly recommend if you haven't seen any of them. If you have seen some of them, let me know what you think of them. I really enjoy all the shows I mentioned, and I'm looking forward to more of You and The 100. That'll air more seasons. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Seems like you guys liked the first episode I put out of this series, so we're going to do more. And Beantown Hero gave me the idea of TV shows, so might as well do that. First part of the TV shows. So, thanks for watching, and until next time, 0 is the number, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Maybe the 100 is the number. The 100 should be your number. You should go watch the 100 right now. Right now.